A lot of people think Dubai is a fake city. It doesn't make any sense. Here, they get things done. If they see a problem, they fix it immediately.
Things that have opened up just in the last few months alone is just insane.
The most successful people have failed 10 times more than people that have just played it safe. You know what I mean? So it's like...
I love his one-liners.
Just be facts, you know.
I'm super excited. I don't know if you can see it on my face.
Right, we're going to audition for the next segment of the use case video. We don't have much time, but Bart with the one tape, Bart, in, out, boom, boom, sorted.
Quick.
Then, so you transfer, yeah? And you come across like this, so you get the email building in the background, and then you end up here, and this is the shot. You see? There, just down 9, the here, back here, because where you will talk. And so you get just downtown, yeah, and then you're here talking. Then you should get that email. That email is done here. It's here.
How are you doing, brother? You good?
Supple.
What are your thoughts on...
It's actually a very productive trip. It's very tiring. You can see the bags on my eyes. We sleep like 5-6 hours a night. But no, it's actually good. We're very productive. We shoot out a lot of content, which is great for marketing material and stuff like that, because people love it. People want to watch stuff that's high quality, right? People do not want to watch constant me sitting behind a laptop. People want to see something that attracts their eyes. And obviously, we know we can market well. So I think we've had a very productive trip, combined with a lot of meetings with Abu Dhabi government, lots of big crypto people that we've involved, pension funds, etc., which we're in contact with, the Remax guy, Scott, who's shown us around. So obviously Deeban, the legend, who've created a good relationship with. So I think it was a very, very productive trip.
You should do this next time you come, yeah? You should do one of your, you know, your segments when you're talking and stuff. Yeah, you should do one of those, like jumping, skydiving.
That's
like,
you know, just saying that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We had another day.
I don't like heights, so I'll just be shooting myself.
No. But once you jump, it's like it becomes very. You feel like you're in a movie.
Yeah.
It's like the initial thing, but then because once you hit like max velocity, you don't accelerate. So the acceleration is a scary thing, right? Because acceleration makes you feel like this. Once you hit max velocity, you're not accelerating. So it's like it's just like you're in a movie.
Once you jump out of it, it's fine. It's leading up to it, going up in plane, and wanting to jump out. But like that's the thing.
How much branches you with it?
Like he's fine. Like Ronnie's like even more of an adrenaline junkie than me. Yeah, I'll tell you some stories about Ronnie. Ronnie's like, Ronnie goes in. But
go-karting as well. Have you been to the go-karting?
No.
That's it.
No.
Yeah, there's two. There's like a really like not so great one, but then Autodrome. It's like proper track. That's sick. Yeah. Should do it next time.
Rolling, so
cool. We'll just keep it organic. But yeah, I was gonna do a skydive last time I came, but then I checked and it's like 100 kilogram limit type of thing. I think I was like 106 at the time, so I think I might like trim up a little bit to get down. I think they said like 103 they'll kind of like do that, because obviously the instructor has to be a similar weight to you, so I think I can pull him down.
I'd be scary if I was his instructor, man.
The thing was in Croatia as well, like the guy was tiny. The guy was tiny and skinny, probably about 60 kilograms. I'm there like 110 kilograms. Like
And then as you're dropping, you like talking about you're recording your EstateX content.
And next time we come, I'll do it.
Yeah, you still.
I'll do it. Like I'll get an EstateX t-shirt. We'll do it when we're like with the
Proper market.
That's
proper life.
I'll jump out. So like first of all, like thank you for the introduction. You know what I mean? Like he's a really good guy. Even after the meeting him, like so down to earth, me and Bart was saying, it's like we've met kind of like KOLs that have 100 times less followers and are like 10 times more cocky, arrogant, more divas type of thing. You know, so
worth it. We were actually speaking like in the morning before we went there. It's like, you know, these celebrities they might be a little bit arrogant. Are we gonna come there? It's gonna be a nice guy, it's gonna be an arrogant guy, but he was a really, really nice guy. Really nice guy. Absolute pleasure.
Very down to earth. And we learned a lot as well. You know what I mean? For him to be so complimentary of EstateX, so complimentary of us, and obviously wanting to kind of like, you know, to get us out there more type of thing. It was good.
Yeah, I think it's because you guys you kind of have the same energy, the same vibe, right? Which is you're just putting your stuff out there and just like nothing held back and stuff. And I think people with that sort of vibe appreciate that. Do you know what I mean? So that's the thing. I've heard a lot of people in crypto, Web3, they're not very cocky because it's right time, right. A lot of people are right time, right place. Okay, including a lot of people we work with, and so it can lead to a lot of arrogance. But the guys that understand that tend to have that kind of humility. They realise that we're just still building, we're still working. I think he's definitely one of those guys. So, yeah, and he's also not. He wasn't really like a Web3 influencer, right? He's more of a Web2 influencer, so he built his brand the right way and stuff. So, I think it'll be a good one.
I think he'd like to respect to the fact that obviously EstateX is that seamless transition from Web 2 to Web 3, so we can actually appeal to his audience, you know, because he wants to get into crypto, but there's a lot of things in crypto that wouldn't appeal to his normal mass audience, so at least we have that in place.
The other thing is, you guys are very marketable, right? So you can kind of see, you guys would become influencers in your own right at some point, do you know what I mean? Then you have your own brand and stuff, and that's like not everyone has that, particularly C-level guys, and so there's an opportunity there for sure.
Yeah, and I think it's a really good idea for him as well, because it's what he was talking about. What we just concluded with everyone there was also that, you know, you can promote EstateX in a sentence or a couple of sentences or in a video, but it would be way catchier and obviously way better, you know, to have a base where we are getting promoted, we have our own following, our own audience, take them into the entrepreneurial life, and from there engage them into EstateX. I think that's a way smarter, more sustainable approach than.
Because at the end of the day, like, people relate to people, don't they? You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, we've done a really good job of connecting with our investors, our audience, type of thing. So like, to scale that to the masses makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. And the other thing is, like what I was telling you guys before, is the property market in Dubai is massive. Like there's still huge inflows coming in. And when the market right now cools off, I think the property market here will kind of start to cool off. When it cools off, I think BTC crypto will hit its new all-time high, and then there'll be a massive off-ramp. So people will off-ramp, and then the two places they off-ramp to, particularly Web3 people, property, cars. Property being the main one. And so I think Dubai is the hub for that, right? And so the property industry here is massive anyway, but then being like a first mover in your niche, Web3 property tokenization. I mean, there's other companies that are in that niche, but the backing you have is just on another level, right? And so anytime you meet someone, I think most perfect example of that, they'll kind of see that opportunity, because no one's actually tackled that yet, and you guys are. So,
and as well, like, you know, when we kind of like put the idea together, and you mentioned about the OTC side of things, within like 24 hours was able to make the call Remax CEO. You know what I mean?
You saw that out pretty quick.
This is a good idea. Let's go.
Yeah. It needs a lot of infrastructure behind it. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done from a government point of view to get it going, and to do everything like properly. But definitely like the off-ramp needed. The off-ramp needed from USDT into fiat into property. That flow like massively needs to be done.
So when I called you, probably within like 6-7 hours, to say that the CEO of Remax UK is on board, and also Dubai, what did you think?
I was like, bloody hell, man, I've got work to do. Jesus Christ. Yeah.
We don't mess about. We don't mess about.
Yeah, for sure.
So also tell us as well, because obviously we've known you, you know, personally for a couple of years. I met you out here as well, got some great insights, and you were almost on board with EstateX then, type of thing, and then obviously you was a little hesitant, and then now obviously, you know, 18 months later, we met like 6 months ago, then you're like fully on board, an investor. What kind of like did you observe of us over the years to make it?
So the first time it was literally. So we kind of take a lot of time with the projects that we work with first, and so the trust thing is very, very important. But then there were a lot of property tokenization projects that kind of have come and gone. Like in the last bear market, in bull market, and then into the bear market from 2021 onwards, there are loads like that. And then the problem is with these fractionalization, property tokenization companies, the value add compared to just REITs, it just kind of wasn't there, right? And so. But now the markets have changed like massively. I think the impact AI will have in people's ability to generate wealth, and property being one of the things that they need to lock in now, property and land, and makes it like very, very important to do something like this now and give access to investing in properties to a lot of different people. So that's one thing. But the main thing is The honest main thing is that you guys were just. I obviously continued to observe the work that you guys were doing like over that period of time, and just the energy was like, was just through the roof. You kept building new things, you kept pushing stuff, partnerships kept ranking up, and you know, it was a point where I was like, have I made a mistake here? You know, and then you had messaged me, and I was literally thinking to message you guys to say, look, let's get this going again. So that was mainly the thing, man. And then since we started working together, just like the amount of things that have opened up just in the last few months alone is just insane. So yeah, looking forward to just building stuff, shipping products, seeing where we go. Like the Dubai property market is just literally there to be completely disrupted. There's other people doing small fragments of what you're doing, but not the entire package, not with the backing that you have. And there's just so much good work we can do. So that's
glad to have you on board, man.
100%. Yeah.
Appreciate it, mate.
Brother.
Now, I know that you keep a very tight circle, and you're very kind of like, you know, selective about like who you kind of like let into your infrastructure and all that. So it is a compliment for you to obviously, you know, have EstateX on board. And yeah, man, we're going to make history together.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
I got to tell about this taxi story. So Deeban, right? He's one of the most nicest, down-to-earth guys that you'll ever meet type of thing. Even like when we've been on conference calls, we'll message each other privately on the conference call, talk about the vibes. I'm getting a good vibe from this. Like, he's very kind of like high vibe type of thing until he gets into a Dubai taxi. This guy switched. So like, basically we got into this taxi, we sat down. Where was we going to go? We wanted to go to Dubai more.
Yeah. I think it's a short journey.
You see, you get stressed thinking about it. The taxi drivers, like, obviously Dubai Mall's massive, so you can go to the wrong place and obviously get like burnt and have a half an hour walk type of thing. So he's like, oh bro, we're going to go this way. And the guy's like, oh yeah, no, because no, brother. We're gonna go this way type of thing. It's like, I gotta go. Listen, take my phone. It's like, oh no, I don't need it. Take the phone, my dad. Like, people, you know what I mean? And Dean will tell me about the different tricks where if you go to the taxi drivers, you take a photo of the license plate, then obviously they know that obviously you mean business, and they don't kind of like try and take it down the wrong route. But
there's more. Yeah. I've been burned with taxi drivers, yeah. But it's just one of those things. And I didn't want. We were going for dinner, right? I didn't want your time wasted.
Yeah.
So that was the thing, because there's these turns you take, and once you go into those turns, it's half an hour plus. Yeah, and I don't want that with you guys. We're running late for dinner as well. But I have a lot of respect for taxi. I have a lot of respect for taxi drivers. Like,
I'm only saying this in jest as well. It was a very like a heartful thing.
Yeah. But it's funny. Some of the best people I know in Web3. One of the whales I know. Was a guy that gave me a lot of advice way back when I got started. He worked at McDonald's. Okay, he's a massive whale now. And then two of the biggest guys I know in Web3, some guys I will introduce you to, like massive influencers, doing really good stuff, very honest and legitimate. They were taxi drivers. Like absolutely insane, man, the journey. Because they've got the time. They put the charts up and they're driving and they listen, they educate themselves. So,
well, listen, I was actually saying this to a taxi driver before. I spoke to somebody, I can't remember where he's from, and he could tell he wanted to be an entrepreneur, but didn't know how to get started. And he basically said that, you know, he said, my version of Dubai is going to be different to his version of Dubai. Because obviously I come, you know, businessman, doors are opening, so it's a lot easier for me to network, whereas he can't get into the same doors that I can get into. However, I said to him though, but look how many people get through your door type of thing. Like you're networking now, you're speaking to people all the time. Like in Dubai, it's a crazy amount of networking now. Yeah.
Man, I've got so much advice to give to like people that want to get into entrepreneurship. The problem is when you give the advice to the wrong people with the best intention, they might not understand it fully, make mistakes, or not understand that you need to make mistakes to then improve, right? So you could do 10 things wrong. And so you need the right kind of personality to know, okay, I'm going to take this guy's advice. I might make 10 mistakes, and then the 11th thing I do might be the thing that gets me there. And so you need to just be careful.
I completely agree. I think like the school system is flawed in that way. It's kind of conditioned that we shouldn't make mistakes. If you fail, you're bad. If you get an F, you're bad, and all that stuff. But literally, like, mistakes are the key to life. Like, it's the only way that you're going to learn these lessons, you know what I mean? And it's like, you made the mistake, you learn the lesson, and then you level up type of thing. Then you make the mistake, you learn the lesson, and you level up, and that's how the circle goes on. But when people make that mistake and they feel the embarrassment, the shame, or whatever, the failure, and they don't learn from it and think, oh, why me? Or I'm just going to leave this now, I'm just going to go to something else. That's when actually they don't grow type of thing. So it's like, people need to understand that learning from the mistakes is perfect.
But we're still making mistakes as well. It's like, you know, some of our biggest mistakes were like recent. I mean, like, Do you know what I mean? But it's
The most successful
you
people...
got to lose money to make
the
money, right?
Yeah, the most successful people are the biggest failures, as they say. Like, you know, the most successful people have failed 10 times more than people that have just played it safe. You know what I mean? So it's like...
I love his one-liners.
Just be facts, you know what I mean? I'm very passionate.
You almost have to be a little bit kind of delusional or something like that, where you start and you keep failing or something like that, that things don't work out. You have to have such a delusional faith in what you do and where you want to go to, that you just keep being persistent, keep being forward. It's not for everyone, but I think every successful entrepreneur has that trait.
You start stuff without. You gotta just basically just start stuff, right? And then the learning is experiential, so you gotta just start like doing stuff and then working things out kind of along the way. Otherwise.
Yeah, because as Bart was saying, like a lot of the time, if you know exactly how far that climb is, a lot of people wouldn't even want to take that climb. You know what I mean? So
or the work that's needed to get there.
I would have known
all the crap
it would be
you deal with.
difficult to set up EstateX and get going and go to market.
You would have thought I would get a job somewhere or something like this. But it wouldn't have been as fun. You wouldn't have enjoyed, like when you're older, right? You have those stories that you then like tell people and stuff and tell your kids or whatever, and so that you would have missed out on. That's the cool thing.
Yeah, I feel like EstateX is special though, because kind of like there hasn't really been that much that surprised me in terms of like how hard it's been type of thing. Like I knew that it's kind of like
you got the experience.
Even when I was saying to you, like, you know, when we it was a funny story actually, like when we sold the first pre-sale round, I think it was only like 150k, which is a lot of money, but like we know with EstateX it's kind of like a very small amount in comparison to us doing the millions now. There's like a video out there of like Bart excited, like poppy champagne with Thomas, and like the champagne almost goes in his face. They were laughing and screaming and celebrating. And I said to him, I say, but hold on to this moment, because this is going to be like, you're never going to have a feeling like this again. Like when you raise $500,000, $1 million, it's not going to feel as good as it is now. And he looked at me like, mate, when I raise $1 million, they're going to feel 10 times more.
Nah, you feel stressed now.
Right? You know what I mean? Like that was that golden moment.
And that was so true, because looking back now, it's so crazy. We're talking about it when we drove back from Abu Dhabi after the meeting with the governments, and I was telling him, it's like every success just feels so numb compared to that. It's just you're only thinking about it's like that Biggie saying, the more money, more problems. It's like that's the vibe now. You don't have that feeling of excitement and that really pleasurous joy anymore.
Because you know that
always moving forward.
Because you know the crap that comes with taking on board other people's capital, but you'll be at a point where you will no longer need that anymore. Because, like I said, in property, even if you're just selling property, if all you're doing was just selling property, right, in Dubai, you do very well, right? Just that point of view, and all the Web3 stuff is just a bonus on top of that. And so you'll get to a point where you will probably not need to take on capital to get moving, right? And I don't think it'd be that far. As soon as you've set up here, let's say you put your licenses and stuff, and then you've already got the connections and things, and as soon as you start selling stuff, it's like you're already massively revenue generating. And with the marketing that you have, it's like you leapfrog a lot of people that are getting starters as purely just agents, right? And so
I think one of the things that me and Bart spoke about as well, because Bart's like, well, how do you kind of like get over it though, type of thing, if we've already hit the peak of like, you know, pleasure in terms of like, you know, achievements. And I said that, you know, there's always going to be another achievement, but as cheesy as it sounds, and here's another one-liner, you got to enjoy the journey though. You know what I mean? And that's one thing that I've only kind of like realized over the last 3 years of my life, type of thing. Is like, there's always going to be another mountain to climb. There's always going to be another goal. Oh, is that Scott from Remix? All right, cool. 1 second. Hey Scott, how you doing?
What's that?
Yeah, all good, mate, all good. Where are we, Deeban?
Address downtown.
We're in the address downtown.
Okay, I'm in the mall.
We can, which side of the mall?
Do you guys do the fountains yet?
We haven't done the fountains yet. We're going to do the fountains.
Yeah, but I'll be quick.
So we're going to shoot the fountains. Do you want to meet us there?
Yeah, I'm actually right beside it. So I'm just grabbing my shoes real quick, and then I'll meet you there.
All right, cool. We're just finishing the conversation now, so we'll be leaving in about 2 minutes. All right, bro. We'll talk soon.
Cool, thanks, mate.
Cheers. But yeah, so just to finish what I was saying, it's just like, it's just about enjoying the journey type of thing. Like we saw something online that's like, you know, choose your heart type of thing. It's like, you know, being fit is hard type of thing, but being fat and obese is hard. Like being successful is hard, but being a failure is hard type of thing. So life is always going to be hard. You know what I mean?
Why are you guys doing this? Let me flip back in. Why are you doing EstateX?
Like literally when Bart kind of like, you know, when we decided to work together, I loved the initial thing about the fractional ownership, but then I've always wanted to do something with the financial literacy side of things. I've always wanted to do something that's leveling the playing field type of thing. So what we both love about EstateX is that literally it is breaking down those barriers that society has put up, and it is allowing, you know, anybody to kind of get onto the property market, anybody to kind of get into certain kind of like situations where other people.
But why have you taken it on yourself to do that?
Why would we not? Like, we love the challenge. Like, if we can actually do something that we're passionate about, that literally can be world changing. There's a lot of people out there, oh, I want to change the world and so on and so forth. But we actually have the business infrastructure, we actually have the partners.
You can do it.
We actually can actually do something.
You see the path to do it.
Yeah, that's going to have a positive impact on the world. This is why we're so passionate about what we do. You know what I mean? And like, we take it so seriously. We've got people that have trusted us with money, the high stakes ICO investing, you know, staking up to 7 years, if not sometimes more. And just be in a situation where, like, I'm from the inner city of Birmingham type of thing. I'm not from like a rich background or anything else like that. I know how hard it is. You're the same, isn't it? You know what I mean? No, it is in the UK and the classifieds, and the same thing in the Netherlands as well. How hard it is for like a working class person, and you know, to actually be able to come up, and the issues that kind of like, you know, that you have on the way up, and the pigeonholes that society want to put you into, to say, well, you're from here, you're from this background, you can't grow and progress type of thing, where fuck that type of thing. Like, anybody can do anything, you know what I mean? Impossible is nothing. So for us to be able to do something that's actually breaking down the barriers, allowing anybody to get into the property market, giving everybody financial literacy, and showing people that they can do it as well, whether they're seeing our journey or just seeing the accessibility that they're getting through EstateX, it's huge. And then when you get an opportunity in your life to be able to do that, to actually affect that, you know what I mean? So that's why we do it.
Yeah, that's the thing I was trying to get at. It's like, it's with you guys, it's very purpose driven, which is very, very important. It's very purpose driven.
That's like what Brock, the co-founder of USDT, said. Like, he says that, you know, we have that purpose. He said that he only wants, he said the exact same word, purpose. Said he only likes investing in businesses with purpose. He's looked at all these other RWA projects. He's never seen them have that purpose. We have that vision. We have that purpose. We have that story, and we have everything to be able to back up what we're doing as well. And
I think there's nothing more satisfying in life to be able to give back. You know what I mean? And see people actually have profit and change their lives because of what you've built or what you've done. It's the same like giving a gift, like receiving a gift is cool, but giving a gift is so much better, because it's just, you know, you see the enjoyment in someone else's eyes. So I think giving back is what satisfies you the most. You can make all this kind of money, but how many people, you know, make millions and then say, I'm still unhappy, there's nothing changed in my life, I hit that bull mark, but I'm still sad. You know what I mean? And 100%. I think it's all about meaning in life, purpose driven, and giving back. And if you see that someone can reap the fruits of your labor, in the sense of their life is better, they can better provide for their children and family, that's what you ultimately want to do it for.
And it's something that all businesses should do anyway. Like, in my opinion, is that if you serve the people first, you can actually get the money is secondary. The money is kind of like a side thing, and you'll get 10 times more money in success, because you're actually doing a product that actually solves a problem for the people. Too many people are making companies for themselves, like, this is what I want, this is what my rich friends want, actually not thinking what does the market need, and doing something for the actual people.
Yeah, I'm kind of saying with us, it's more like it's the same, but it's what you do for the projects you work with, the investments you put in more more value than is expected, and you'll get 100x in return, one way or another. But
I mean, seeing you working so hard, you know, that motivates me to do more, and that motivates Steve to do more. And it's just, it amplifies everything.
The energy is unreal, man.
I remember when I spoke to you, you was like, damn, like, I can't remember what you said, but you come and said, like, Steve, I met my match, like, you guys, like, I didn't expect you guys to be so boom, 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 like,
and it's not about ego sense, it's just my energy is generally quite high, because I like the work that I'm doing, right? And so I just like doing it. I want to wake up and start doing my stuff, right? It's just what I'm like. But you guys are also on a complete another level. It's like that. It's that.
Appreciate that, bro. Let's do it. Let's make history.
My man.
Let's go meet Remax.